What's up, guys? Today I'm going to be talking about how I went from not being able to push myself and falling in the skate shop to being able to take drop-ins, ollies, and more within just 10 days on this board right here. As many people do, I started with this crappy $30 Walmart pre-built board when I was really young at like 8 years old, which 4 pushes only gets you like 5 seconds of moving on the crappy bearings, which on a board like this, see how much faster and smoother these bearings are? It doesn't even look like they're moving. But since I sucked so bad at skating, and so did the board, for years I never touched a board and didn't look back, just assuming skating wasn't fun until this year, about a week ago. Yeah, so I completely forgot to record day one because my phone died. But I was literally so bad, and when I originally bought the board in the skate shop, I fell and the board crashed into the wall, which was just so horrible. Which made me start to worry, was this expensive ass board worth trying to get back into the hobby? With most boards being at least like around $150, was it really worth buying this board, and did I just waste all of my money? So, in this clip, I had gone skating and literally practiced how to ollie for like 4 hours. And because I sucked at moving, I had to sit in the crack in my driveway to learn to ollie. But it took like hours of falling off to be able to finally hit this good enough ollie. So, this clip of day 3, I actually put on my big boy pants and got to actually moving on the board and trying to ollie. I fell so many damn times trying to hit this trick, and it caused so much frustration. But in the end, it was all worth it to hit the small moving ollie that I did. I spent most of my time riding around this park and trying to figure out and really just getting accustomed to the board, the flow, and more. Day 4, which is this next clip, felt like a little bit of a step back, doing such a simple trick as a curb drop. A lot of skating will feel like that with your ups and downs daily, but riding the board in any urban environment, from big streets to shopping centers to just your little neighborhood with curbs, knowing a trick like this is extremely important, meaning that this skill isn't useless, though it being such a simple trick. Because trying to ride off any curb or anything similar will cause you to eat it without this skill. The curb drops may look easy for so many skaters, but I fell so many times trying to learn this trick, and not just practicing this trick, but riding through shopping centers just trying to cruise. This trick may look basic, but it's truly vital. Day 5, which is this next clip, was just really me finding a big open blacktop area with lots of dips to learn how to take hills. It really taught me how to take larger slopes and get me past the mental barriers that come with skating. A lot of skating is all mental and being too afraid to do tricks or take ramps like this. With that being said, I decided to race my friends on these hills, and I was the only one to fall and eat it at these high speeds on these hills. Day 6, which is this next clip, was my first time at a real skate park, which was just jarring. I was always too scared to go to skate parks. I always thought there was going to be crazy good people and it wasn't even worth going, which only happens sometimes. But in reality, skating at these parks was honestly really awesome, and a smaller park like this teaches you such vital skills for skating, like taking these even steeper banks, and further skills like pumping, which has helped extremely with my flow in skating. In my experience, everyone at these parks have been extremely nice and willing to help one another, which is how skate culture should be, and it honestly has been really great. Be that friendly guy at the skate park. So, unfortunately, day 7 was a live stream, but day 8 is this next clip. It was really a testament to my progress thus far and how smooth I've actually become as a skater. 1 week of skating, and I was taking banks, pumping, and just overall much better at maneuvering on the board, which highlights the difference between day 1, when I would just fall off anytime I tried to turn on the board, and especially at the skate shop where I ate it, to much better progress overall and smooth skating. Day 9, which is this next clip, really just consisted of me attempting new tricks, though I'm still not consistent with the ollie. I wanted to try some more flashy tricks just to be more entertained, and a pop shove it, although it is considered one of the easier tricks in skating, is still really difficult. A lot of people get really demeaned by skating when they don't land tricks or can't ride as easily as people on YouTube or Instagram, which they make it out to be really easy. But 90% of skating is falling and failing tricks. But it's all about the process and the satisfaction of the tricks when you land them. I actually landed a pop shove it once, but I didn't get it on video, so it doesn't count. Day 10, the final clip. The way I learned this trick was completely on accident, and I was absolutely terrified. I'm really short, so this bowl was approximately my height, and I couldn't imagine taking it for months. But my friends were trying to convince me that this trick was much easier than I thought, and I was refusing to go down the bowl, eventually saying, "Do you really think I can do this?" while pushing the board forward towards the bowl. Then, I accidentally went over the coping and knew I was done for, and there was no way back. So, I tried to stick onto the board while yelling, "Oh shit," the entire time while going down. And honestly, it was just the mental block preventing me from taking the bowl. The bank I had been taking was way harder and steeper than the actual bowl, which the bowl ended up being surprisingly easy. And after this traumatic experience, I finally accomplished my goal. And for those who get stuck on the coping, manualing like you would for curb drops helps immensely, with all being a testament of all the skills I learned so far. Overall, I've loved the idea of skating since I was really little, but just like many people, I quit because of how demeaning it was and the difficulty. YouTube and Instagram always made doing tricks like kickflips and tray flips look like just a casual trick, when in reality, even being able to ollie is an extreme accomplishment. 90% of skating is failing, which is true no matter the skill level. Now, skating is more difficult than you may imagine, but this doesn't mean you shouldn't skate. This means you should keep trying, no matter how hard simple tasks like ollieing might prove to be. After 10 days, I still can't hit consistent ollies, and I know people that have skated for years and still can't do great ones. It is just such a fun mode of transportation, and it is such a great journey to go on, which I ended up picking it back up just because of the game Skate 4. And this, despite everything, is your sign to start skating or pick it back up and get a group of friends to go, have fun doing tricks, and way more. Skating is really fun, and even though you might fail and fall, and a lot of people are afraid to fall on their face like I have before, it is extremely fun, and I recommend everybody to do it.